Welcome to Chamber 101. My name is Lane Manson, and I'm the Membership Director for the Brookings Area Chamber of Commerce. The reason I emphasize the word area is we do have over 75 members outside of Brookings. We have a heavy presence over in Volga. We also have members in Bruce, Aurora, White, Elkton, Flandreau, Madison, Watertown, Sioux Falls, really just all those businesses who would like to support the Brookings community and get in front of a Brookings area audience. So Chamber 101 is meant to provide just a brief overview of what we have going on here at the Brookings Area Chamber. This is what we're going to go through. I will fly through these slides. My contact information is at the end of this video. Encourage you to jot that down. Please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I am here to be a resource to our members. So first things first, what are we? We are a private nonprofit entity. A lot of people think that we are part of the city, but we are a private organization. We are also a business membership organization. That means that the majority of our funding comes from dues paying members. Even though we are a private nonprofit, we do partner closely with all of these agencies here, working together to move the Brookings area forward. Our mission statement is PACE, which stands for Promote, Advocate, Connect, and Enrich. You should see this throughout the following slides, but just very briefly, that promote piece, we are promoting our members. We're promoting the Brookings area. We're promoting programming and events that are meant to push the business community forward. Advocacy, we do advocate at the local, state, and federal level. And we advocate for all sizes of businesses, whether you're a one-man show or you're a large manufacturer. Connect. We're not just connecting consumers to goods and services, we're also connecting ideas. We have over 545 members representing over 18,000 employees here in the area. So we like to say we do more together than we can on our own. Hopefully you'll see that in the following slides. And then for enrichment, we're enriching both the business community here and just the community at large. Hopefully making Brookings a fun place to live, play, and work for part of that workforce retention piece. So this is our staff. We are lucky to have two wonderful SDSU interns right now. Ainsley and Casey have both recently graduated from SDSU and also interned with the chamber before coming on full time. Here is our board of directors. Hopefully you see some familiar faces. We have folks from the financial sector, manufacturing, healthcare, hospitality, retail, folks from both the city of Volga and the city of Brookings. We're excited to have this wonderful board for 2025. And then here are our current chamber committees. So public affairs is going to be the group who organizes election or candidate forums. They help organize the bus trip to Pier during the Brookings SDSU Day at the state capitol. They help organize really just ways that residents and businesses can get engaged civically here in the community. Our military affairs committee organizes the Veterans Day event every November 11th. They also help coordinate the veteran banners. Hopefully you've seen them lining 6th Street for a few months out of the year. Our Ag Relations Committee, they help organize the Ag Appreciation Banquet. I will talk more about that one later, but that is just a great fundraiser for Ag scholarships and Ag teacher grants. They also help organize Feed the Farmer. I will talk more about that one later as well. It's just a great program. They also help out throughout the year with things like the 4-H barbecue and Women in Ag Day. Our Women in Leadership Committee, they have 4 luncheons, 1 half-day summit, and 2 social events throughout the year. We do typically see around 100 to 130 women at each sit-down luncheon. So this is a great group to get involved with if you want to develop yourself professionally and network with that group of women. Our Connect Brookings Committee actually has 3 subcommittees. The first of the 3 is focused on SDSU students. This is part of our overall workforce retention initiative. It involves just getting in front of SDSU students, letting them know what Brookings has to offer off campus, helping connect them with employers, prepare them for the workforce. The second of the 3 subcommittees is focused on new residents. So I will talk more about some of those efforts later in this video, but we're hoping to both attract new residents for our workforce and then retain them once they get here. So helping them get plugged into the community and feel at home here in the Brookings area. The third of the 3 subcommittees is focused on young professionals. So helping them develop themselves professionally. So we have a skilled workforce here in Brookings, also hoping to retain them in the area as part of that workforce initiative. The Chamber Ambassador Committee, these folks show up to our ribbon cuttings. Last year in 2024, we had 40 ribbon cuttings, which was wonderful. If you are looking to just get out into the community, get out into businesses and start networking and meeting new faces, this is a great committee to consider joining. And then our Volga Business Network, that is made up of over 30 businesses over in Volga. They help plan activities such as the Old Timers Day Mixer, Business Roundtable, Candy Crawl during Halloween. Hopefully in 2025, working on a downtown beautification project over there. So if you have been wondering, what's in it for me in my business, this page here is a great one. You can hit pause if you need. These are all of our membership levels and exactly what benefits you get at each level. So these bold numbers across the top here, those are the annual dues. We charge everyone these dues every January. If you are watching this halfway through the year and thinking about joining, we do prorate by quarter. So for example, if you join in July, this would be $175 right here. We do have monthly billing available, so you can see those amounts broken down per month in that smaller text. This first item right here, the business directory, this is something all our members get. That refers to our online web directory. We do see a lot of web traffic, so I always encourage people to have that up to date. It is a trusted resource for the community, for consumers. This visitor guide listing refers to the printed community guide. We print about 10,000 copies a year. What's nice about both of these is once you are set up, it does not take any more of your time. This is a passive way to have your name out in the community with the chamber as a trusted resource. Direct business referrals. Again, when we get requests for referrals, we refer back to our very own business directory to make those referrals. Advocacy and support from the chamber. I talked about this a little bit earlier. At the local level, our president and CEO, Kelsey Doom, serves on many different boards. She is at a lot of different committee meetings all throughout the community. Her seat at the table is to be a voice for business. So she is there to advocate for our members, to advocate for business-friendly practices. At the state level, we do have a paid lobbyist and peer every legislative session. He is there for all 2 months. This is a great example of doing more together than we can alone. Not every business can afford to pay someone to go sit in peer. So let us do that for you. He is already going to be advocating for business-friendly practices out in peer, but if you see a niche bill related to your specific industry, we can connect you with him. He is there to lobby on your behalf. Member pricing at chamber events for all employees. Many of our events throughout the year are free. I encourage you to keep an eye on our social media, newsletter, calendar, all that good stuff. But some of our events are paid. We do offer professional development events, events that are designed to help you push your business forward. So if you or any of your employees are interested in attending a ticketed event, you would all be eligible for reduced price tickets. Committee participation, you saw our 7 committees on the previous slide. The base requirement for someone to serve on any of those committees is that they must work for a chamber member. Beyond that, some committees do have additional requirements or a limited number of seats available, but that's that baseline requirement. You can stop in any time between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and get free notary or certificate of origin services. Also during our open hours, we do have a small meeting room. It seats up to 6 people. New for 2025, we have a screen in there. We're very excited about that. That room is free of charge for our members to rent. You would just call us or email us to make sure it's open and we'll put your name on it. Ribbon cuttings and groundbreakings. This is pretty straightforward. That said, you don't just have to be a new business to get a ribbon cutting. So we can do ribbon cuttings for remodels, if you move, milestone anniversaries, fun occasions like that. Opportunity to enroll in the Chamber Bucks program. I'll talk a little bit more about this program later, but this is a great opportunity for retailers. We do have around $20,000 of unredeemed Chamber Bucks in the community, so this could be a great way to have a new unique revenue stream for your business. And last but not least, these 2 benefits right here are available 24/7 in our member portal, so you can access them whenever it's convenient for you. This Leadership Essentials curriculum is a series of 17 videos. They are only 3 minutes each, which is super nice. And they do have tangible takeaway action items that you can use if you're leading a team or leading a group. Read It For Me is like Cliff Notes, but for business books. So there's over 400 titles and they all have a 15-minute summary. Topics range from AI to leadership to entrepreneurship to self-help. Again, you can get at these two anytime in the member portal. All of this is included for $350 a year, so that's less than $1 a day. If you go up one more membership level, we'll move over to this column right here. This enhanced website listing refers to the business directory I mentioned at the very beginning. It allows you to add photos, add graphics, videos, that type of stuff. The membership mailing address list is simply an Excel sheet of all of our members' mailing addresses. This is great if you would like to do a business-to-business mailer. This registration right here, this is new for 2025 as well. CTA stands for Certified Tourism Ambassador. It is a nationally recognized certification. Visit Brookings, our partners are offering a version of it that is specific to the Brookings area. If you would like to send yourself or any staff member through that, you can do so at no cost. It is a half-day commitment and they offer those sessions about once a month. Additional business memberships. If you have 2 locations or if you own 2 businesses, you get all these benefits here for your second business at no extra cost. Here is where we start to get into event tickets. As you can see, when you go up in membership levels, you do get more tickets. Same here with flex dollars. As you go up in membership levels, more flex dollars. Again, many of our events are free throughout the year, but if we have a paid event that you're interested in going to, I'll just use Women in Leadership as an example. You could use a $50 ticket to go to one of their luncheons, or you could use a $100 ticket to go to their half-day summit. Flex dollars can be used towards 2 different buckets, either sponsorships or marketing. I will run through those options here in just a minute. The golf tournament registration. So we have 2 golf tournaments every year. One is for Brookings, one is for Volga. This is the only way to guarantee that you will have a team. We open golf tournament registration to all of these members first. They get first shot. Last year, for example, I know Volga sold out. After these levels of members have their first shot, then we open registration to all other members. Logo on the Brookings Chamber homepage. So this is something we do just to offer this level of investment, a little more visibility. Leadership Brookings registration, I will talk more about that in depth later. The cost here out of pocket is $800. This is something that you can pay for out of pocket if you're not at this membership level, but this is a nice included benefit for those larger employers or larger members who know that they plan to send someone every year. In all of that said, we do have a nonprofit and individual rate of $125 per year. You get everything included at this level here. Even if you work for a chamber member, you can still become an individual member if you'd like to support the work that we're doing here in the community. So something to consider right here, $125 a year. All right, let's get into flex dollars. So like I mentioned, there are 2 buckets which you can spend your flex dollars on. I would like to be very clear that you can also buy these items out of pocket. You do not need to purchase them with flex dollars. Any member is able to pay cash for these. So that first of 2 buckets is marketing. Up here at the top, we have our email marketing options. We do see around a 40% open rate. I will say lately, here in early 2025, we've actually been closer to 60. So you're going to see anywhere from 1,200 to 1,600 opens on these emails. This chamber chat ad is a little banner within our weekly pace message that comes out on Tuesdays. This targeted blast, this goes to our whole distribution list, but you get the whole thing to yourself. You get the spotlight so you're not buried in our weekly newsletter. And then this chamber chat sponsorship, for a whole month, we will put your business's logo right at the top of that weekly pace message, and you will also get 4 of these banner ads. Our print marketing refers to our printed member sponsor guide. Every single member gets a copy of this at the start of each year, and then I use them throughout the year to conduct meetings with new businesses, prospective members, refreshers with current members, stuff like that. This is great for advertising towards a business-facing audience. I'll back up for just a second. This email marketing, a lot of the audience there is business owners, but a lot of it is just involved employees at our members' businesses, folks who are just involved in the community, want to be in the know of what's going on. A few other options we have for marketing. One would be the billboard. Obviously, the audience here is going to be the general public. This is the billboard on 6th Street. It has a great view from the Starbucks drive-through line, and we see about 15,000 cars pass per day. We do not own this billboard, but we have a great contract with our landlord to where we can get you up there for $500 a month. That cost is normally $1,100 a month. For our retailers who do accept chamber bucks, they can purchase ad space on those chamber buck certificates. We'll move into the second bucket of flex dollars, which is sponsorships. Again, these can be purchased out of pocket with cash. You can see over here, we typically have 4 levels for each sponsorship, which is bronze, silver, gold, platinum. Everything stacks. Same over here. If there are additional perks such as tickets or your logo on the screen during the event, these things stack as well. The first one up is the annual celebration. We do have the date, save the date, April 3rd, 2025. This is something that I could encourage all members to consider attending. Even if you're not a sponsor, this is something you could use a bundled ticket on. You could pay cash to come. It's just a great way to stay up to date with what we're doing. The audience here is going to be around 350 community leaders, business leaders, movers and shakers here in the community. It's super fun. We have 6 restaurants come in and make small plates. You can go try all 6 and vote on your favorite. We don't have a very long, boring program or anything like that. Audience here, if you'd like to get in front of some of those movers and shakers in the community, I'd encourage you to consider sponsoring this one. Veterans Day, we typically see around 150 attendees at this one. It is a great way to honor our veterans here in town. The Economic Summit. I've had a lot of people say, oh, I came to this in the past. We have majorly revamped it. It used to be a live stream that was just broadly looking at the Midwest. We have redone this event, and it is a much more specific look at the Brookings area. Topics will include the marketplace development, downtown Brookings. SDSU will come provide some updates on what they have going on, and there will be a little bit more. But if you want to get in front of an audience of business owners or movers and shakers here in the community, this is one to consider sponsoring. This one is unique. It is a whole season long. So compared to the others, which are a one-off event, this does include all of 2025. We have a Facebook group with young professionals. I believe we have well over 400 in that group. They arrange monthly meetups, and then coming back this upcoming holiday season, so late 2025, we are bringing back the Blitzen, which is a young professional holiday party. We didn't do that for a few years, and we had a ton of requests, so we are bringing it back. So this involves some items in the Facebook group, at the monthly meetups, and at that holiday party, again, late 2025. This one right here is also a season-long sponsorship for our Women in Leadership group. Again, they do have 4 luncheons, 2 socials, and 1 summit throughout the year, so this includes all 7 events. We do see 100+ women at each sit-down event, so this is a great group to get in front of for marketing your business. Last one here on this page is the Ag Appreciation Banquet. We typically see around 300 attendees at this one. The audience there is going to be your producers, and there is a lot of other folks from ag adjacent industries. This event is a great fundraiser for those ag-related scholarships and teacher grants. Here are the golf tournaments that I mentioned earlier. This is the Brookings tournament. This is the Volga tournament. Your audience here is going to be a lot of business owners and decision makers at those businesses. This one is good to consider if you would like a captive audience. I tell people to consider this whole sponsorship. As we all know, golf tournaments tend to move slowly. So you get those people who are trapped at each hole. You can set up a display, start those face-to-face relationships, make that connection, and introduce yourself. Here's our Downtown at Sundown sponsorships. Hopefully you've been to Downtown at Sundown before. If not, you are totally missing out. It's 5 weeks long each summer. We see 15 to 20,000 attendees come through. So the audience here really is that broad, all ages, community-wide audience. We basically close down a few blocks on Main Street, bring in some wonderful bands. People can bring in their lawn chairs, listen to music. We have retail vendors, food and drink. It's a super fun time. These sponsorships, as you can see, do cost a bit more than our other sponsorships, but you are getting that 5-week exposure. Your logo is on signage throughout the event, on the event website, on the billboard, thanking our sponsors afterward. So this is a great one if you would like to get that really broad community-wide exposure with a positive, feel-good, fun event. Our public affairs sponsorship, again, this is going to be some of those candidate forums, that bus trip to Peer, our AI and small business. We did our first ever AI workshop in 2024 and overwhelmingly received feedback that our businesses wanted more. So coming up in fall 2025, we will be offering 3 to 5 more workshops with a much deeper dive into AI. I encourage you to consider attending. Again, you can use your bundled tickets for this, learn something for your own business. But if you would like to get in front of that audience of other business owners, this is one to consider sponsoring. Our Work Ready Boot Camp takes place on SCSU campus. We typically have 20 to 30 college students. We do see a lot of upperclassmen and graduate students. The topics here really help prepare them to hit the ground running in the workforce. We do also bring in a financial planner, a realtor to talk about some of those real life topics. If you'd like to get in front of an audience of SCSU students, some of those high achievers, this is a good one to consider. This Lunch and Learn series is actually going to take place over in Volga. It is open for anyone to attend. So when we announce those topics, if they interest you, I encourage you to come on over and attend. But again, if you'd like to get in front of an audience of business owners, or you'd like to sponsor something over in Volga, this is a great one to consider. Our drink ticket sponsorship, this is a fun one. So at many of our events throughout the year, we do give out drink tickets. Just for example, when you check into that annual celebration, that Taste of Brookings event, all those attendees will get a drink ticket. If you want to put your logo in all those hands, this is a good one to consider. Our new resident outreach. So I've alluded to this a little bit earlier. This kind of includes 2 things as part of our workforce initiative. One of them is we do send out monthly postcards to new residents. If you would like to put your logo in front of those eyes, I encourage you to consider this one. Those postcards are just letting them know how they can get involved in the community, letting them know about our new resident barbecue, our new resident night during downtown at sundown, fun things to do in the winter, that type of stuff. We've had great feedback from the businesses who put their logo on this card last year. And like I mentioned, that new resident barbecue, we had our first one last year. We had over 100 new residents come, which was so exciting. If you would like first shot at having a booth at that barbecue in 2025, you have to be a sponsor. The National Civics Bee, this is also a new one. We're excited about this. This one is aimed at middle school students. Whoever wins the local area bee here, this is open to Sioux Valley students, Dubrick students, Brookings students. Whoever wins that bee will go to the state bee. Whoever wins the state bee will go to the national bee. We're really hoping to see a student from the Brookings area go represent us at the national level. The goal here is to educate middle schoolers on how they can be civically engaged. Candy Crawl, this is a fun one, takes place every Halloween over in Volga. Last year, we saw around 500 kids come through, which was so fun. If you'd like to put your name on something over in Volga, this is a good one to consider. Feed the Farmer, we bring hot meals out to farmers in the field each spring and each fall. This is a great way to get in front of that audience and go make that face-to-face friendly connection. The Downtown Watch Party, we did this one for the first time in 2024 as well. We live stream an away SDSU game on a big old 20-foot screen in downtown Brookings. This year we are going to partner up with Downtown Brookings during their fall festival. This one will be super fun. We don't have the details finalized yet, so just let me know if you would like to be on the wait list for that. And then, of course, more opportunities may arise throughout the year, so keep an eye on our newsletter. That's just a great way to stay in the loop with what's going on and what pops up throughout 2025. Just a few more things I'd like to touch on. I mentioned Chamber Bucks earlier. We do have 45 local retailers who accept them. Even if you don't plan to accept them at your business, I always encourage people to consider using these for employee gifts, holiday gifts, right? If you do rewards, if you do door prizes, drawings, social media giveaways, consider Chamber Bucks. The recipient gets some flexibility, but you know that your money is going right back into the local economy. Leadership Brookings. This program is 6 months long. It is a 1-day commitment per those 6 months. I really encourage you to consider sending yourself, consider sending employees. Again, tuition is $800 if you don't have it included in your membership. But this is a great way to develop yourself professionally, learn more about the community. We bring in speakers and do panels on the topic of leadership. We do training on your Clifton strengths. This group does go to Peer during the legislative session for that SDSU Brookings Stay at the Capitol. We have nonprofits come talk about ways they can get involved. They tour interesting businesses in town. This is just a great program to invest your time in, invest in your staff. The last thing I have here is a screen grab from our Live in Brookings website. Again, part of that workforce initiative. This is aimed at attracting people to Brookings. So if you have job postings out on Indeed for the whole world to see, include that liveinbrookings.org URL. When you get to this website and you scroll down, you'll see a bunch of just good data about Brookings, right? The low crime rate, cost of living, that type of stuff. And then once someone moves here, we have a one-stop shop for all those resources you need when you're new to a community. So we've got utilities, education, childcare, healthcare, that type of stuff. So use this website, give it to any employees you have who are new to the area. It is meant to be a resource. So as promised, here's all my contact information. This link right here lets you look at my calendar and choose a time that works in your schedule if you would like to do a one-on-one meeting with me. So go ahead and pause this screen if you need to jot any of that information down. I do love talking to businesses here in the area. I love learning what you have going on, what your business needs are, how we can help you, that type of stuff. So just to kind of answer that overall question, what are my dues supporting? Hopefully you've seen throughout the video, your dues aren't just paying to keep our lights on or to print that community guide or anything like that. Your dues are supporting very broad efforts to build up our community, to better the business climate. Even with the workforce initiative, I like to explain it to people, even if you aren't struggling with hiring, for example, as we do build that workforce, we're building the consumer base. More needs for goods and services, more need for infrastructure to be built. So a rising tide really does raise all ships. I have members who join just because they want to be printed in the guide and they want to be in that online directory, and that's fine, all the way to the other end of the spectrum where they do want to support the work that we're doing in the community and they want to take advantage of those professional development opportunities that we have to offer, exclusive advertising opportunities that we have to offer. So again, schedule a meeting with me. Let's talk about your business and find the right membership level for you. Thanks for watching.